Do you also feel that way every time you want to do something important and meaningful and you sit down to work, you get tired, you get distracted. And then you sit down and you scroll on your phone and you can do this literally for hours. And you check notifications, you start gaming, you start browsing and shopping. And then the worst thing, you feel guilty because you're procrastinating. The more this happens, the more you start blaming yourself, but you will still struggle with your focus, with your motivation, with your energy level. And today I want to show you how you can stop fighting yourself, how you can become more energized, more focused, more motivated, doing the things that are actually meaningful and important for you. Okay, this is going to be super exciting. It's something I personally struggle with myself a lot, with motivation, with energy, with focus. So don't take this as a perspective from someone who has mastered this completely. I am a mess. And recently I have been struggling with these things so much myself. I'm in the process of actually improving and implementing things I talked about in recent videos. I'm implementing things I'm talking about right now. So this is really a work in progress. I am not like a master, here. I just want to share what I find helpful and interesting. All right, part one, we need to understand that our motivation is actually not really gone. It is there. We are just directing it the wrong way. Think about it. You can scroll endlessly on your phone, right? You are looking at all these beautiful images, all these videos, and you can refresh 10, 20, 30 times. No problem. You keep on doing it. So you are motivated to do this, right? It sounds a bit silly, but you are actually motivated to do that because your brain is exactly doing what it's built to do. So what I want to do first thing is to reframe our social media addiction. You are not doing this because you are lazy. You are doing this because you're curious. I know, this is really weird. This is maybe a hot take, I don't know. But your brain is wired to follow curiosity. So it follows curiosity, right? We are doing this. We are curious about what's going on in the world. What can entertain me? What is a funny thing to look at? This is all curiosity driving us to look for things, for novelty, right? With social media, we have this possibility in our pocket. It's right there. It's so easy to get it. It's on demand. So of course, we get this possibility, this novelty with the click of a button, with tap on my phone. It's so simple. So it's easy to just get our kick, our hit that way. The problem is not that we're curious, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's a very important thing. The problem is that we are trained to get these quick hits of dopamine, of novelty, and we keep chasing them because after we get the hit, we are not really satisfied. It leaves us empty. How it feels when you are looking at your phone for 5 to 10, 20, 30 minutes or an hour, just scrolling social media. You feel like shit, and there's nothing that you get out of it except for a quick distraction. The big idea here is to redirect our motivation, our curiosity, our focus to something that is meaningful to us and that fills our motivation again. So it's all about a reward system. What we're doing now is we engage subconsciously or even unconsciously in these habits. We create unhealthy habits and it becomes automatic. And this is all part of the reward system, but we don't design it in the way we could so we can actually do things that give us pleasure, give us fulfillment, and reward us in a deeper way, right? So the trick is to use our motivation, our energy for something else, for something better. And for that, we need to understand how habits work for a second. Because social media and scrolling on social media is a habit. A habit basically has 3 parts. There's a cue, we take action, and we get a reward. We can look at it here. This is an image I found online. Okay, cool. So we have these loops of habits that we can build, and the more we repeat these loops, these habits, the more they become automatic, right? And of course, there are high quality loops and low quality loops. It's obviously these low quality loops are social media scrolling. High quality loops is doing high quality work, meaningful things, and so forth, right? Stretching. And the problem is these more high quality loops are harder to do, right? The actions are usually harder. It oftentimes takes longer. It takes longer, it takes more effort until we get a reward, like writing something on a page and seeing progress on my note, on my script. It takes a lot of work. But once I have done that, I see the progress and I feel even better about it. So seeing my own progress becomes reinforcing power, right? And it's something that rewards me while I'm doing something. And that is exactly what we want to get to. We want to make this the reward, right? We want to make our own work, our satisfaction about our progress, the reward. All right, so we have cue, action, and reward. This is the structure that our brain uses to decide what to do next. This is what we go through. We are looking for cues that helps us to decide what we do next. And because we want to save energy, we create habits, consciously or unconsciously. So these things become automatic. And of course, we want to have these automatic programs should lead into something that we want to do, right? That are good for our body, for our mind, for our soul. And here's where we want to take control. We want to design the way we create those loops and how these loops circle into another loop, right? Because it's like dominoes. One good action will influence the next action, and that's what will give us momentum throughout the day. This is what increases our motivation and our energy level. If we are designing our day the right way. These loops of cue, action, and reward trigger new cycles of behavior. Like I said, the end of one loop, the feeling of reward, can trigger the next loop, right? So maybe I am satisfied with drinking a coffee. I like the taste. I feel the reward. And the taste of coffee actually reminds me of, oh, this is the moment in the morning where I'll sit down on my laptop and do my work. So the first trigger is the coffee or habit, and I can lead it into the next thing that I want to do. You grab your phone to check the time. The little glance becomes the cue to check messages, which becomes the cue to scroll Instagram. You see, it's like an infinite circle of new loops that you're opening with every action that you take. So we want to be mindful of the actions that we take. And that is why the morning is so important, right? It's something I'm still working on, right? I want to increase the quality of my mornings and the actions that I take. Because when I start refreshed, if I start doing something for my body, for my mind, if I stretch and if I journal to get it all out, right? And if I put this little demon here far away as possible and not even open anything there and do stuff far away from the screen, I already feel different. And then it's easier to do a transition into some good work that is important and meaningful for me, because I don't clutter my brain already right first thing in the morning. So I can take this momentum and build on that and, put some nice little habits into my day that will trigger something nice, that will trigger some other high quality loops. Allow yourself to start with something meaningful, something that gives you energy instead of a foggy mind. And this small choice can tilt the whole day in your favor. So again, the problem is not the curiosity. It's already there, right? It just wants out. We just want to focus on something. We want to seek something. This is in our nature. We are motivated to do these things, right? We just have to redirect it. And that's where we take control. We take control about where do we direct our attention to? What are our actions, We take responsibility for the power of these tiny actions that can influence the whole day and the whole week and a whole month, That is the beauty in it. It's a powerful shift. These little tiny things that we can change. You just have to allow yourself really to commit to a better quality of your day. Okay, so this is one thing that is really, really helpful. We stack healthy habits on top of each other, so we get a better flow throughout the day. And this is really important. This is really helpful. But then we fight another demon, and that is not just motivation, but it's also our focus. Because naturally, we will wander at some point. We cannot just like zoom in. I mean, some people seem to be able to work for 2, 3, 4 hours just like that. I personally can't. I cannot focus for so long. But no matter how long you will do it, at some point you will need rest, and that is something I have explained in another video. We have something like focused attention, which is what we do when we need to work. But it is draining at some point. And if we try to keep up focused attention, we get tired, we get drained, we get a foggy mind. So we need to intentionally move away the focus and switch to a different mode of attention, which is called effortless attention, where we just let our mind wander. In best case, we just go and see a tree, go into nature and just let our mind wander, look from leaf to leaf and feel the wind on our skin. Or we just unplug and stare against the wall for a moment, just to calm down and reduce the level of stimulation outside of work, so we can really recharge our focus. And this rise and fall of attention is not a mistake. It's how our mind actually works. It's how everything works. I mean, have you ever noticed that everything happens in the rhythm? Life is unfolding in the rhythm. We exhale. We inhale. We exhale. We get excited. We get tired. We are focused and we are rested. We are happy. We are sad. We want to be close to someone and we want to be far away from someone. And this is not something we have to fight. This is something very natural. We are moving between polarities all the time. This is the rhythm of life. And this is exactly how it works for our focus. The problem is that we expect to be switched on all the time. So when focus drops, we call it procrastination and we feel guilty. And that guilt is what really makes it so painful. You're not resting, you're not working, you're caught in between. You don't embrace the rhythm. But if you start to see for what it really is, everything can change. You see focus and relaxation as a necessary process, something you alternate. If you step away fully, without guilt, your attention will reset. And when you come back, you can start again with even more energy. When I would procrastinate back in the days, I would try to write a paper for studies, for example, and then I do something else. And when I did something else, I would feel bad all day and I would complain to myself, oh my God, Patrick, you should actually be doing X, Y, Z. So I would feel bad doing something else. And that is one huge problem, because when you procrastinate, what is actually happening when you procrastinate? It's your body seeking rest, seeking relaxation. And when you are feeling guilty and telling yourself that you shouldn't be doing this, but you're still not doing the thing that is important, you are caught in between, and you are destroying the potential break you could get from procrastination. So next time you feel like procrastination, just do it, but do it wholeheartedly. Do it with your whole being, with your mind, with your focus. Be just completely there. Watch a YouTube video fully, Do it with pleasure. Go have a walk. Don't feel bad that your body is taking a rest. And all the things after that follow. If you are stacking the habits in a beautiful way, your body will recharge more and you will have longer periods of focus. And if you then allow yourself again to follow the rhythm of effortless attention and focused attention, you can hold your focus for a longer period of time. And then you can also work with all these methods like Pomodoro techniques, of course, with deep work. You name it. There are so many things you can do, but these are just these are models that don't work if you don't get your body, your mind, your rhythm in control. If you don't stack good, healthy loops of habits. If you don't start your day with intention and follow through with healthy things. If you don't condition your mind and your body through habits, you cannot apply any model like that. You can only do deep work if you program and condition your mind and your body in the way you want, right? Only then you can sit down and try all these different models and techniques. Here's an example of my own life. When I was actually working on this very video here, I got really distracted. I didn't want to work, but I had a lot of photos I wanted to edit because I was a photographer on a festival and I did beautiful photos and I really love editing them. So I told myself, okay, I'm going to take a break from this and I will do something else that I will enjoy, that gives me pleasure and energy. So I did that and I edited these photos and I finished them and it was nice. It was even still productive and work, but it was something that really pulled me. So it was a nice little procrastination with intention. Okay, so this is one cool way to do this. But it's not the best way. And the best way, if you really want to do it focused work, then I would recommend to do something else and to step away from the computer and to actually say, okay, I don't want to work now. I'm just gonna reset completely. And that is turning away and looking against a wall, or closing your eyes and meditate and just go into open monitoring or something and just without any focus, just being present with your body, with your breath, and just really reduce the amount of stimulation that is around you. This will also reduce the level of dopamine because you will not reward yourself from outside of work. Because what happens then is that everything outside of your work becomes more interesting. So when you go back to work is boring because you have just been on social media or you have editing photos. So it might be harder to actually do the work because it's not the most interesting thing. And you want to fuel your curiosity with this. You want to seek dopamine. You want to seek rewards. So that is one big trick I'm experimenting with myself, to just stare at walls when I'm super bored. You will be so bored to death, I promise you, that you will want to keep on working again. I pour my heart into these videos, so if you like that stuff, please leave a like, share it with people that could use these tips and these insights. And again, it's a work in progress. This is not me telling you how to live your life. This is just me experimenting with things that work for me, and I sincerely hope that they work for you too. So that's it for me for today. I really hope you have a great day and see you in the next video. And well, see you then. Bye bye.